Hey guys, Rajo here in the Film Lab with part 2 of our very basic series on how to do nonlinear editing in your computer using Final Cut Pro, for example. Last time I showed you guys how to get your footage into a computer and set up a project in Final Cut. We imported some stuff off this tape and we even grabbed some clips that we shot with this handy pocket video cam thing. Now what do you say we take Final Cut Pro for a little spin? Over here in this browser is where all your clips are, and you can organize them into different folders, which are called bins as a nod to how things were done in the olden days. You can import other files that you want to edit with directly into the browser, including still images or music. This window here is your viewer, which is where you can preview the stuff in your browser safely without actually affecting the final project. Down here, we've got the timeline where you're going to be doing the actual editing. As you can see, it's got little numbers along the top which help you measure the running time of your video. What you can do is just drag clips from the browser and plunk them right down in the timeline like so. And the clips themselves stretch out horizontally depending on how long they are. The clips are represented in your timeline as these giant rectangles with the picture on top and the sound in stereo in the bottom. Right now, sound and picture are locked together and you can move them around and they'll still be in sync. And if you add another clip, you can throw it in front of or behind the first clip, or you can even put this new clip on a new layer over top of the old one, like so. Once you get some clips in your timeline, you can watch what you've got so far in this canvas viewer. So this is nonlinear editing, called so because of the infinite options you have in terms of not only how you choose to put your video together, but the way in which you choose to work towards putting your video together. If you want, you can line up shot after shot in a linear fashion in order to build your final video from start to finish. Or if you have strong ideas for the ending, you can choose to cut that first and then move backwards if you want. You can even copy and paste clips, duplicating them as many times as you like. Look over here. There's a bunch of tools here that you can use to shape your video into something awesome. For instance, this arrow is what I've been using to grab clips and move them around, but I can also adjust the beginning and end of each clip if I want to. And if I need to get precise, this magnifying glass lets me zoom deep into the timeline, which allows me to adjust things right down to the frame. And this one's my favorite. This razor blade can cut a clip right in half. And with the arrow, you can then adjust each half as if it's its own independent clip, just like in real life with worms. Also, you can disconnect your sound and picture by clicking on this thingy here, which lets you adjust either one independently or move them completely out of sync if need be. And if you bring still images into your timeline, they behave exactly the same way that the movie clips do, and you can adjust them in the same ways as well. But check this out. Final Cut Pro has a really neat bag of tricks up here in the effects. Why not put a cross dissolve between these two clips? How about throwing some text over top of this clip? Why not tint this clip red? So spend some time and play around with these effects. Once you get familiar with them, you just might find a use for most of them with each new project that you work on. Look, I know I just kind of blazed through all the stuff we talked about today, but in all honesty, the best way for you to learn is to just roll up your sleeves and jump right in. Don't be afraid to use the Help tool in Final Cut or any other editing program, or even ask questions about something you're not sure of right in Google. Chances are somebody out there has already done what you're trying to do and they can help walk you through the process. And now it's up to you. Assemble your footage together, fine-tune each edit, and throw some effects on there, and voila, you're an editor. In our last installment, which is coming out in a few weeks, I'm going to show you how to export your work into a video that you can share on Facebook or YouTube, or even how to burn it onto a DVD so you can show your grandparents, who probably don't go on Facebook or YouTube all that much. So stay tuned. In the meantime though, get editing.